What's good? It's your boy Rico here. And first things first, today is a wonderful day on two accounts. Probably seen the title of the video, but I got a Ladainian Tomlinson jersey from a garage sale for $10, which is pretty awesome. Love LT. But second, the reason we're all here is I'm doing something I haven't really done before. We're talking about the brand new Shinedown record 8, stylized as EI8, where the G should be, HT. Now, as you can probably tell, this is their 8th studio album. It's about 18 songs. It is 18 songs long. And I'm going to be honest with you here. Going into it, I didn't know if it could hold my attention for the full 18 track run, because I tend to skip around. I tend to stick on a certain song and replay. But this time I committed to it, and yeah, it's a big ask from any band to get an 18 front to back. I mean, unless you're like Drake, who puts like 24 boring songs, but this is different. Because this wasn't just a wall-to-wall hard rock record. Like, this wasn't a Sound of Madness. This wasn't what you're expecting when you hear Shinedown. This was Shinedown going more melodic, emotional, acoustic, even a little country tinge and twang in there, and occasionally turning around and punching you in the mouth with exactly what you're expecting. We're going to run through the track list here because I want to keep it sort of brief, just for my thoughts on the record, because I just listened to it and got done with it no less than an hour ago. Track number 1 is called At the Bottom. It's a pretty smart opener because it basically says, do not assume you know exactly what this album is going to be. It has that sense of defiance, but it also feels like a mission statement for the record. And it doesn't feel like they're trying to recreate something like Planet Zero. It's them trying to say they still they still have different sides to show. I really flubbed up my words there. But At the Bottom, the opener, it feels like it's about being underestimated, judged, written off, choosing to rise from that place instead of staying buried there. And the main chorus really sticks, it's lonely at the bottom. Instead of hey, we're the best, it's lonely at the top. No, we start down here, it's lonely at the bottom. That's where it's the loneliest. It initially made me raise an eyebrow because I went into this album not expecting the ballad-heavy record that we got. And the little first minute of this song went very melodic, very intriguing, you could say, because I didn't expect this from an opener. You expect an opener to kick your ass like a battery off Master of Puppets. You Enter Sandman off Black Album. I know those are both Metallica, but I love Metallica. I liked it. That is one of the songs. After that song, I thought, okay, 1 for 1. Second song was Dance Kid Dance, is the title of the track. It was a reminder that they can still make something aggressive, weird, catchy, and kind of unhinged in a weird way. Not in a weird way, but in their own unique way. It has this kind of restless energy that's daring you to move, even if the lyrics are coming from a kind of messy, uncomfortable headspace. It's kind of more bouncy and bounce-driven, if you want to say. And while if you look into the lyrics, I feel like the song could be about pressure, performance, and being pushed even if it's not okay. When I first was listening to the song, the pills make you dance kind of gave me vibes of Poisoning of Society. Like the medicating of society. And I thought, is this going to be a little more political? But it turned out no, it was just a little deeper than that, and my mind just was wrong on its first interpretation. I liked it. 2 for 2. Third song was called Burning Down the Disco. This one was one of the more fun songs on the album, and in my first half, this was probably top 2, and it got bumped down to honorable mention by the end of the record. I love this song. It was one of the most immediately fun songs. I still think it's one of the best pure vibes on the record. It has this loose, colorful, chaotic energy of burning down the disco. The song feels like kind of release. Not just partying, but blowing up in the room that you tried to contain you. There's like rebellious undertones to it, and this was a toss-up for one of my early favorites. Fourth track was called 365, which of course 365 days in a year. It's a grief song, a time song, remind you that a lot can change in 1 year. That's my takeaway from it. Upon my first listen, this is one of the 5 songs that didn't make my I'll add this to my rotation, because this isn't a put it on shuffle or throw your ass in a circle to song. This is more of a song when you go to when you're reflecting, when you've been through some hard times. Song 5 is one of the 2 songs I'm going to admit I didn't like at first listen to the song Young Again. It's not that it's badly made, but the issue is that after 365, which I had already deeply listened to and I did sort of like, but it didn't make my playlist, Young Again just kind of felt a little redundant, if you will, because the message of we'll never be this young again coming right after another emotional time-focused song kind of made it feel like this could have been a holiday / boulevard type deal, where they could have easily just been one really long track. Interpretation-wise, it's a song literally about nostalgia, not nostalgia bait. It's one of the weaker cuts on the record by my estimation, but that's different. The song Dizzy, track 6, is one I didn't make on my playlist first listen. I liked it because it has this color, it fits the melodic style, and it's kind of a nice, it's got that country, you're singing about a girl, are you stronger than the whiskey in the main hook. It's not a main playlist track because of the more country vibe, but I still fucked with it. I like it. Track 7 is called Imposter, which immediately was a mental health struggles song because I connected the dots within the first 30 seconds of, okay, this is a song about imposter syndrome and struggles with it. With self-doubt. And am I good enough? I liked it. I liked it lyrically. Even though, I did like it. This one is on my playlist because lyrically I struggle with who I am some days. Song number 8, Machine Gun, was one that I didn't know what to expect going in, but more intense. Rock sound, Brent Smith, Eric bass, very Shinedown. Just when I say very Shinedown. It was, so the two, Brent Smith, the singer, and Eric bass, the guy who I'm pretty sure I don't know if he's the bass player, the guy who also mixed all of the orchestral compositions. Both had grandfathers who were in World War II and with experiences, and that's kind of where this song came from. It's more of a deep dive into their family history lesson, a deeper read about trauma, violence, memory, weights carried by people who've survived very traumatic things. It's kind of a harder edge, got some hard edge to it while having some teeth to the record, adding some teeth to the record. I liked it. I liked the symbolism. I liked just Brent Smith is probably one of my favorite vocalists in rock and roll in the modern day, if not of all time. I loved it. Song number 9 is Outlaw, which I'm just going to say right away. It's this rootsy, rebellious, Shinedown swagger. Feels massive without being too heavy. It's about refusing, being domesticated by expectations. It's not criminal. It's more spiritual outlaw. I know where I am. I know what I am. I know where I stand. I am not asking permission. And I will point you to this song. For my first half listen, my first 9 tracks, this was probably up there with Burning Down the Disco as my favorite song. Track 10, Safe and Sound, punched me right in the fucking mouth. It has literally the line, fuck around and find out in it. It's like no one actually safe if that switch flips. It's the first big in-your-face banger. This is your cut the cord, your Sound of Madness, your Devour, your Devil. This is your Dead Won't Die. This is your, okay, this is the arena Shinedown show song that can get the crowd with it. I love this fucking song. Now, lyrically, it's kind of like survival mode, becoming an instinct, protective, confrontational, very direct. It's not soft and comfortable despite the title. Whenever you hear Safe and Sound, I think of that one song, I know that you'll be safe and sound. But this is the exact opposite, pretty much. I loved it. It was a nice welcome break from the ballads. I had literally, as I was finishing writing my first half report, I had said, please just give me a banger. Give me a Dead Won't Die. Give me a Devour. Give me a Devil. And they did. So, hats off to you. Literally, my hat is off to you, Shinedown. Track 11, Searchlight, literally punched me right in the feels. It's literally one of the biggest emotional swings. It works. Has some steel guitar, some banjo, and some fiddle work in it, but the rock sound stays changed. The looking for someone or something to guide you through the dark vibe, but wasn't initially what I thought it would be. But it turns out it's not. It's about not needing to depend on somebody else anymore. It's a song about self-reliance and about dependence. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but it hit me so hard because me with the breakups I've gone through, not needing to depend on somebody else anymore, looking out for myself finally, standing on my own 2 feet, it felt really good. Track 12, Bear With Me, is another song I didn't really like on first listen. I am 50-50 on it because the beat, the guitars I like, but the lyrics is kind of where it loses me. The Bear With Me main like phrase felt a little forced, and I feel like it has stronger vibe musically than the lyrical hook. Listening back to the words, it was a song more about like patience and imperfection and asking someone to stick around while you're figuring your shit out. And I liked the idea. Execution could have been better. Song 13, Deep End, is exactly what I was praying for when I got the back half again. This is a song that's heavier, darker, very like cinematic, synthesizers infused, which is really why it stands out. It feels like you're being pulled under by your own chaotic energy, but you're not panicking. I personally feel like this song could support and like promote Subnautica too, just because of the name Deep End. This is like I said, literally is what I wanted. Song 14, Killing Fields, was very jarring on my first listen, but it slaps because it was top 5. It really clicked, and it's one of these kind of high energy bangers because it's a song about like relationship, conflict, emotional war zone. Two people recognize themselves in each other, and the mirror cuts both ways. Intense, dramatic, one of the more interesting choruses on the album, and this made me think of my friend Chase with the line of saying like, I see you and me and you, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's just the two of us. Hell yeah, me and you against the world, brother. Song 15, cut number 15 on the record, Back to the Living, is a banger ballad, and that's the best way I can describe it. Powerful vocals, symphonic backing, simple progression, works because the emotion is so direct. It hit me as a song about grief and grieving, but moving on afterwards because you realize you still have life left to live. And the message, of course, we miss the ones we love, but at some point we have to not forget them, not move on like they didn't matter, but just keep living because we are still here. Holy fuck, I love this band, is all I had to say after this song. Song number 16 of 18, Wide Open, feels like the album taking a breath and choosing life after all the grief, survival, pressure, mental, like, heavy weight. This song feels like it's about living a little, live your life, go do shit, have fun. Trying just like shrinking yourself to just survival. It's not in my top 5, but it helps the emotional like arc of the album. I liked it. I really did like it upon my first listen, and I was making a delivery when I listened to it. So, song number 17 didn't make my playlist on first listen. It's a song called So Glad That You Asked, or just Glad That You Asked. I do think it matters to the overall album because it's, like I said with one of the earlier songs, it's not a song that you'll throw your ass in a circle to. It's not a song that you'll be moshing to. It's a song about mental health, and I think that gives it a lot more weight when you view it through that lens. It's not, are you fine in a fake way, but it's more when someone notices that something's actually wrong. I respect the intent, even if it's not going to be a replay song. And the final song on the album, Pilot, closes it with a stripped back, vulnerable note. A lot of acoustics. The final thesis of the album, that life's a battle, you keep flying. This is an album that was, so yeah, all in all, I really did like the song, and I think it ties together the songs of grief, the themes of grief, time, survival, mental health, loss, love, keeping yourself together, and the pilot at the end, bookend with at the bottom, at the top. I thought that was a nice little oxymoronic. They were kind of flipped in where you'd normally think of the pilot like a TV show. Final verdict. It's not 8, wasn't the Shinedown album I expected, but it might be one of the most like human albums I've ever sat and listened to. It's acoustic, it's reflective, then it gets in your face for a track. Then it's just great. So I'm feeling a very strong 8 out of 10 on this album with 16 of the 18 songs being I really liked on first listen. I playlisted 13 of the songs. No particular order. My favorites are Outlaw, Safe and Sound, Searchlight, Deep End, and Killing Fields. It gave me bangers. It gave me ballads. It made me sit and think while I was driving. Like, it made me deep dive into who I am myself. And I think this is one of the most emotionally vulnerable albums Shinedown's ever put out, and a lot of them hit. I'm very impressed. This is impressive as hell. If you like the video. If you want to see more, I will. This has been Rico the Legend. I'll see you next time.